So it's off its low, but nevertheless, investors got a big shock from Daimler's outlook. Why the shock, Elizabeth?
Well, just like you just said, it's the second profit warning in 4 months, and leaving investors supposedly wondering, well, what's gone wrong this time. One thing to point out about this second warning is that this relates to one-time issues that Daimler is experiencing. So, firstly, it's about recalling a bunch of diesel cars in Europe to fix their emission setups that have been found to be not quite meeting regulation according to the government. And then, secondly, it's even more obscure. It's about a coolant liquid in older cars of Mercedes. It's a long-running issue where there was a European Union complaint, and just earlier this month, the European Court of Justice ruled that Daimler would have to potentially exchange this fluid in these cars. So, as a result, Daimler has upped the provision to deal with this issue.
So these are all issues specific to Daimler. Nevertheless, European automakers as a group are having a really difficult day. Pirelli, Michelin in France, for example, and lots of the German car makers as well. Why is that, Elizabeth?
In the Michelin case specifically, it's about new emissions regulations taking place in Europe, or in the European Union, that have caused a really wild gyration in European car sales, which is having a follow-on effect to these supplier companies. But on the whole, there's just a whole range of issues hitting the car sector. During the first profit warning for Daimler, the key reason there were trade tensions, namely between the US and China. That's hitting Daimler, who's making SUVs in the US to export them over to China, that were then being hit with much higher tariffs. And then there's the whole other host of issues that they're having to deal with, very costly, such as the transformation to electric cars, connected vehicles, self-driving vehicles. All of that is just putting a whole lot of pressure on the sector.
Elizabeth, when can we anticipate that car makers will be able to deal with these problems and find solutions such that investors might be cheery again about these stocks?
I think if you look at the share price directions of all of these stocks, it tells you that people don't think that point in time is coming anytime soon. I mean, Daimler is down massively this year. So is BMW, that issued a profit warning last month. Volkswagen, just to cite another one of the German ones, they said it would be a titanic effort to meet their delivery targets this year as a result of new emissions testing. It seems like the road for car makers, if I can use that cliche, is going to be rocky for some time more.